This is Megan, and welcome to Stories in the Woods. Today's forest fact comes from Mackenzie.
Sea anemones and clownfish have a bond where the clownfish, when they poop in the sea anemone eats the clownfish poop, and in return, the sea anemone gives the clownfish a bed to sleep in.
Who knew poop could be so useful? Speaking of poop, we have very special visitors in the studio today. Our family is fostering 3 tiny, fluffy black kittens. They are basically 3 little balls of chaos with whiskers. It's been so much fun, but also a little confusing. The other day, one kept nipping my hand, and I could not figure out what it was trying to tell me. Was it hungry? No. Was it thirsty? No. Did it want to play? I bounced a feather toy all around, and it completely ignored it and then nipped my finger again. Finally, I picked the kitten up, and it instantly started to purr. The more I snuggled it, the louder it purred. It wasn't asking for food or water or toys. It was just saying, "I'd really like a cuddle, please." It took me a while to understand because the kitten wasn't using words. It was communicating in its own special way, and I had to learn how to listen. Actually, that reminds me of today's story. Okay, all you humans and forest dwellers, here we go. Chip lived in the warm, tropical waters of the Great Barrier Reef. He was a chatty and cheerful clownfish who loved making friends with all the other animals in the sea. Everyone knew the outgoing little orange and white fish that flipped and wiggled his way through his morning greetings. "Good morning!" He would wave a fin at the sea turtles lazily floating by, who would nod and wave a large flipper back in greeting. "Beautiful day, isn't it?" He would sing to the school of yellow snappers swishing by in perfect unison.
Oh, yes. Beautiful.
They would agree politely. He always stopped by the crabs that scuttled on the ocean floor. They were grouchy, and Chip was determined to make them chuckle, or even crack a smile.
He's back. Here we go again.
How does a crab feel when it's eaten too much? Clawful! What do you call a crab who never shares? Shellfish!
Rude.
This usually ended with the crabs chasing Chip away with snapping claws and scowls. Today, one of the crabs managed to nip the little clownfish on the end of his tail. "Ouch!" Chip cried, and he flipped head over tail and smacked into something squishy and slimy. He looked up to see a sea creature he had never seen before. It was a vibrant red with long tentacles that softly waved in the water. A new friend, Chip thought. What a delight! "Hi there," Chip called. "My name is Chip. What's yours?" He waited patiently, but no answer came. Chip swam in a large circle around the creature and waved a fin. Hey, want to be friends?" Silence. Chip was confused. The creature didn't even appear to have a fin to wave back. "My name is Chip," he said in a louder voice. Maybe its ears were so high up it couldn't hear him? He swam a little higher. "Boy, do I have a crazy story for you about the seafloor crabs." He waited expectantly, but there was still no reply. "Young fish?" Chip jumped at the voice. Was the creature now speaking to him? "No, down here," the voice said, and Chip looked down past the bright red tentacles of the strange creature to the ocean floor. Something large shifted and sand stirred up, creating dirt puffs that swirled through the water. It was a large manta ray. Chip swam a bit closer. "Young fish," the manta ray said again, "what on earth are you doing?" "I was being friendly," Chip explained. "But for some reason, that sea animal won't talk to me." Chip had a new and frightening thought. "Oh no," he gasped. "Do they not like me?" The manta ray chuckled to herself. "Listen, little clownfish, swim under me and tell me what you see." Chip obliged, and his eyes grew wide in surprise. There were dozens of little fish underneath the manta ray. Chip swam back up. What are they doing? Well, I wasn't sure at first either, but one day I decided to take a rest here and a swarm of these cleaner wrasses came over. I tried telling them to stop, but they spoke a completely different language than me. After some misunderstandings, we figured out a different way to talk to one another without words. Now they know if I tilt my fin like this. The manta ray lifted a fin and the wrasses rushed over to start cleaning the area. Wow, Chip said, impressed. Sometimes others don't speak exactly the same way as us, but if we pay close enough attention, we can figure out ways to communicate with each other. In fact, the manta ray explained, sometimes the best conversations happen when we learn to listen with more than just our ears. Chip's head bobbed along, although he wasn't sure he totally understood the manta ray. He was willing to give it a try. He thanked her and left her to finish her cleaning with the wrasses. He cautiously swam back to the sea creature that sat quietly, tentacles swaying slowly, and watched it carefully. At that moment, Chip could feel a slight change in the water, and he watched as a group of sea turtles swam by playfully, somersaulting and chatting to one another. Waves and bubbles frothed up, and Chip was knocked sideways. When he righted himself, he looked around in surprise. "Hey!" he cried. "Where did you go?" Chip swam around in alarm. Just a moment ago, the sea creature had been right in front of him. Now all he could see was a fat red bulge that almost looked like a tomato hugging the rock. He remembered what the manta ray had said. Listen with more than just your ears. Chip stopped calling out. Instead, he watched. As the water settled and the sea turtles drifted farther down the reef, the current became gentle again. Slowly, the bundle of tentacles began to uncurl and tentatively poke the water around it. One by one, they stretched back into the ocean until the creature had fully unfurled. Chip's eyes widened. "Oh," he whispered, "you didn't leave." The anemone hadn't been hiding from him at all. It had been protecting itself from the rushing water stirred up by the turtles. Chip swam closer carefully. Oh wait, something had just happened. He swam away and back again. There it was again. A small movement from the creature. A slight widening of its tentacles. "Okay," Chip laughed. "I think you might be inviting me in." The anemone didn't answer with words, but it widened its tentacles again. Chip took a deep breath and darted inside. "Ah," he cried with delight, "it's so cozy in here." He thought he felt the creature wiggle with pleasure. Chip visited the sea creature every day, and slowly, over time, they built their own way of sharing and talking to one another. Chip learned that the sea creature was grateful when he would chase other little fish away that would try and nibble at its tentacles. One day, an ominous shadow passed by, and Chip realized he could hide in the creature's red tentacles and not be noticed by animals that were particularly unfriendly to clownfish. The more time they spent together, the more they understood each other. Chip didn't even need words to know when the sea creature was happy, startled, or welcoming him home. And the sea creature seemed to know just when Chip needed a safe place to rest. The friendly clownfish had learned that the ocean was filled with many voices. Some sang, some clicked and whistled, some danced like twirling ribbons in the sunlight that filtered through the sea. And some friendships were waiting to be built without speaking a single sound. All you needed to do was listen with more than just your ears. Did you recognize the sea creature in the story? That's right, it was a sea anemone, just like Mackenzie's forest fact. Clownfish and sea anemones have a very special friendship. They help each other survive. Scientists call this a symbiotic relationship. Even though they don't use words, they're constantly communicating by paying close attention to each other. People don't all communicate in the same way. Some people use words, some use gestures, Some use pictures, signs, facial expressions, or even communication devices. Every way of communicating is important because every person or kitten or even sea anemone have things to share. We just have to learn how to listen. And here's something really cool. One way many people communicate is through sign language. Some people use sign language because they're deaf or hard of hearing. Others use it because speaking with words can be difficult for them. So here's a challenge for this month. Can you learn 5 words in sign language? You might want to try these ones. Hello, goodbye, please, thank you, help. Maybe you can teach them to someone in your family too. Remember, everyone communicates differently. Friendships take time, patience, and curiosity, and paying attention is just another way of listening. Stories in the Woods are original stories by me, Megan Schmitz. Thank you to Mackenzie for today's forest fact. If you would like to send me an interesting fact about a forest plant or animal, please email me at storiesinthewoodpodcast@gmail.com. That's storiesinthewoodspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me. I can't wait to meet again for another story in the woods.